Dog, it was hard, but we had to keep it rolling. You ain't gotta ask, you know where to find me. I be in the back streets where it get grimy. It's just me and Mel, really looking grind deep. I be going hard till I'm in the 5 C's. Know the vibes. I'ma do it till I die. I ain't never switched sides. I ain't never had to tell a lie. Let's ride. Know the vibes. I'ma do it till I die. I ain't never.
Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, to the Mailroom Goons. Shout out. I'm on camera right now, y'all. Yeah, God. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. You know the vibe. What's good? What's good? Shout out to the Postmaster General, Marlon Williams, in the house. Shout out to everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. As for me, I had an awesome, tiresome day, but we're here. We're doing what we supposed to do. Tapping in. Overstand, understand, and understand. That's what we do over here. You can go. This isn't a glorification. This is actually an education. It chronicles gang culture. You can go anywhere in the world and get live, but you come right here to the Hood Postman to get the truth. That's it. We're here. We're trying to do it. We're trying to do the work over here. We're building the airplane while we fly it. Before there was handguns, there was fair ones. Simple as that. Again, I am your host, Professor Melly Mill, the Hood Postman. We got the Postmaster General on deck. And today we come to talk about the twins. Well, we're going to talk about the twin specifically. Rest in peace, Angelo and his brother Angelito. They were both very competitive. Growing up, they was both very competitive against one another. It was just kind of just amazing just to watch them interact with each other. You know, I met them in the 70s, by the way, of Turtle. Turtle was the first one that introduced them to the neighborhood. He brought them around, and I thought that they complemented everything that was going on at that time. So it was a great fit. It was a genuine love, and he brought them in, and never one day did they ever miss a beat. Like I say, they was very competitive. But we want to give a shout out to them. Happy birthday to the twins. Happy birthday, Angelito. Happy birthday, Angelo. Rest in peace. They was born, I believe it was February, today the 7th. So it was February 5th, I believe is their birthday. Shout out to Big Dale. What's going on, Mayweather? Jay Ship, what's up? You in the house, brother? What's good? I saw, J Mac. Was it J Mac? Yep, J Mac in there. There you go. What's good with you, J Mac? So, what I want to talk about, what was most unique about Angelo is that he was your friend to the end. He used to tell me, twin, I used to call it twin, my friend. And he always said my name, for whatever reason, he always added an S to my name. Instead of saying male, he said males. Like I was two people, which was funny in itself. He called me males. So one day, one of the homies that gave twin a 66 Chevy, it was a powder blue 66 Chevy. He was proud of that 66 too. You know, one of the homies that had a lot of money, just here you go, twin, you take that. Right? So twin say, come on, Mel, ride with me. Males. He got males. Come on, go with me. I said, where we going? So we, of course, during that time, we heat up. We both got them goddammits on us in the lap, not tucked away, not hiding, on the lap, ready, in the ready position. So we pull off, right? So when he driving, he got the, because the 66 had the big old steering wheels back there, He driving slow. So I look over and say, twin, are you driving like slow? He said, my name is Angelo. I do it low and slow. I fell out laughing. I would never forget that. He just looked me dead in my face and told me, my name is Angelo, and I do it low and slow. I couldn't help it. It just one of the moments, right? And he was dead serious when he said that to me. My name is Angelo, and I do it low and slow. So we was going, he said, I'm finna go pick up little Nene, which was his girlfriend, right? So we get over there. Little Nene comes out the house, come in, get ready to jump in the car. Twin, I get out the car, get ready to hop in the back seat. Twin said, no. I said, what's up, homie? He said, let her get in the back seat. You stay in the front. I said, no, homie, I'm gonna get in the back seat. Get your girl. He say, and this is what he said. He looked at me again and say, if we run into some power rules and they start busting, what's she gonna do? Right? Got me again. Okay, so we switch position. You don't need to get it back over the front street. Because remember, I'm over the goddamn it, and Twin over the goddamn it. And back then, this is like the 80s. So in the 80s, things was like very intense, day to day. Don't know which way it was coming. It was so intense. I even one day I'm coming out the back house, and I think it was Rab at the door, Kizzy. One of them, somebody was hiding on the side. How boom, they come out with them goddammits on us in the backyard, hiding in the backyard. Rab, tuck, run, bam. I ain't got time to lock the door. I run in back in the house and jump in the shower and get in the corner of the shower where the lip is like that. At that time, I'm much thinner than I am now. I'm right there. They come in, where that ninja go? Where that ninja go? Where he go? Where he go? Two cats, right? Bam, they go all the way through the house. They grab what they grab, run out, bam. I come out the shower, and it just was one of them. It was just like very quick thinking on my part, and just a great reaction to what was happening that day. So later on that day, Twin shows up. Twin, I tell Twin what happened. Twin hot, right? He hot. We talking about it. So we try to figure out who would try to pull something like that. I don't know if it was, dope fiends trying to pull a robbery. I don't know. They didn't never say there was power rules or none of that. So I'm assuming that because it was a spot, it was a rock house, it was a robbery that they weren't able to really pull off. So that went bad, right? So during that time, the Twin was like, he had a double personality during that time. There's days where he just be like just real quiet, and then there's days you could see him he thinking like he about to do something to somebody or someone. So that particular night we go to the skating rink. Turtle, all of us be up there skating. Turtle, Rab. I mean, everybody that used to go to skating rink. I can't remember all. It was, man, when we roll, we roll anywhere from 50 to 100 deep, wherever we went. That's just what we did. Because we knew all odds we was against all odds at that time, and there was nothing we can do about that. That's just what the hand that we was dealt in that time, and we was more than ready for the occasion, whatever it was, whatever the situation was, we dealt with it. We didn't run from it. We didn't turn it down. None of that. That's just what it was. Can you guys hear me okay out there in the chat room? I'm talking so quick and fast. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Give me a shout out if y'all can hear me. Make sure I'm here. LLC, what's going on? Salute to the New Orleans, Melly. Shout out to Christopher James. So we're talking about Twin, right? So we had the skating rink. I still don't get it on. The volume's okay, Marlena? Let's see, because I get to going and don't check the volumes on this thing. So, okay. Sounds good, Professor. Good, great. So we had the skating ring, right? And me, Turtle, we all on the floor going around. So this girl come by me. During that time, we was managed. We did what we did, and I was wrong for this. And I tapped on the ass. So she go around, she get mad, look back at me, give me one of them stank looks, like, like, Negro, please, you just, I'm from Santana. I do what I want to do. We can't get it, can't get got. That's just the way we felt at that time. All we don't F, we blow up. That's just it. Hard D and dynamite. All we don't F, we blow up. That was just the motto, And again, this is not a glorification education that to come behind us and fall into that same snare or fall into that same rabbit hole and fall into those same frame of thinking. I want kids to be stronger, better. So I tell these stories so you guys can learn from them, so you can know, because the end result of all these stories is not very well for anybody. There's no wins there. There's just simply losses. The streets are undefeated. Streets are undefeated. Untamed emotion is the enemy of performance. Let me say that again. Untamed emotion is the enemy of performance. The streets died. When everybody got on the internet, the streets died. Keep that in mind. Because if you look at where the kids are today, everything they do, they can create music from the street. They slide on each other on the internet. They use the internet for every everyday activity and every aspect of their life. So that's what you don't see those kids outside playing, running, jump roping, tetherball, hopscotch. You don't see none of that. They're in the house on the internet doing whatever they do, whether they playing games, whether they're chatting, or whether they're communicating with some ops, or however they do that. I don't know. Big Russ, what's happening? Internet killed the street. Internet killed the streets. You're right. Internet killed the streets. And you don't know that we're now living in the metaverse? Everything we do evolves around the metaverse? Then you're obsolete, you're outdated, and you're not going to make it. You're going to become part of the infirm, the opposed to what the government and the choices that they're now displaying and giving us, how they want us to function. They really want everybody to be a part of this metaverse. That's just it. Go watch The Matrix. Go watch any of those movies. They told you to go. William Milton Cooper book, The Behold the Perils. Go read it. That you will understand that the dynamics that we're in is critical. We're in our most critical hour of need right now, fellas and ladies and gentlemen. We're in the most critical hour of need. So back to the story. I had to get that in. So we at the skating ring, right? Girl slides by, tap, bam. She give me that stank look. She walks, she spins off. She goes over like to the corner of the skating ring, and she hollers at a couple of dudes, right? So the dude jump on the floor. He start coming towards me. He coming towards me. Grouchy old woman, what's happening? He coming towards me, right? So when he gets toward me, he try to take one. Why? And he miss. I slide him like this, and before I could come back around, I see Turtle and Twin from my corner, my peripheral vision coming. He don't know I'm part of these cats, all these cats that's over here that's causing all this noise and shouting at the banana like Tana, the big banana and all this. He don't realize that I'm a part of that. He don't realize what he's risking. But I understand, if damsel in distress, he felt like he had to go protect her honor and all that. Man, we whooped that dude from one end of the skate ring all the way to the other. Just because if you take a swing at one of us, know this: whether you like it, whether it seems disrespectful, whether you call it a rat pat, dog pat, whatever you want to call it, we finna beat that butt. We finna beat that butt. We're not gonna let one homie get hurt or whatever. All of us coming. You're gonna feel the full blunt and the force of the big banana. That's just what that was during that time. 80s. That's how it went. So we of course they used to have the sheriffs and all that side outside because they knew when the tenants came up there, it's subject to be problems. George Orwell, 1984. There you go. There's subject to be a lot of problems in the skating ring. So this night wasn't different from any other when we was up there. So that happened. We, took care of that, and we reassembled, and then we would get in our cars, and we would pull out. And Turtle would always do this. He would come out. We'd jump in the rag, whatever car. I don't know. It was 6, 4, whatever it was, 6, 7s, whatever. It was so many cars. Rag trays. It was so many cars because, for whatever reason, everybody over there would buy Lowriders. Nobody. I was the only one that just had a normal car. I had a normal car. I didn't really invest my money or any of that in Lowriders like everybody did. I always kept a normal car. That's just what I did. Um, Nothing against, but I need to get away. I need to speed, and truthfully, I'll tell you why that came important later on. But so we would leave the skating ring. We would go up. Turtle would block up the curve when you come out the skate depot. He would get at the top and lay the car down. Bam! Wait till everybody get in line. Everybody get in line. Boom, 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 boom. All neighborhoods. This one, it was so much Crip love that it would. You didn't even. If you go back and look at that video where it was talking about corner pocket, South Side, or whatever Grand Drive, but all these people would congregate together, and we would ride out and go up to 91 and go off and get off at I think it was Avalon, and go up to that grocery store right there. What was that called that time in Carson? Was it called New Way or Big? I don't remember because it was so long ago. I don't remember the name of the supermarket. Right there on Carson, on Avalon, and is it Delamo? Might be Delamo or 109, one of them. Well, anyway, we would all go up there and just congregate right there. Everybody from Compton, Carson, Wynwood, Watts, and just be one big old party right there, after the skate rink. So that went on for quite some time. We would do that. And we just had fun doing it. So this particular day, I got the twin with me, right? We going through the west side. We out there looking, right? We looking. So I hit the corner on this house. There was a bunch of people right there. So me and twin hit them up. What's up with that town? Like, woo, 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 woo. Man, they picked up a brick, one of them red bricks out the garden, and swung it at, and it skipped across the hood of my car, put a dent in it. So I pull off, hit the corner. We go all the way around the corner. We jump out, pull out the goddamn it. So this time the car is parked. We walk all the way back around. Surprise! Surprise! Me and the twin. And I don't remember was because the twins were so identical. I can't remember, was it Angelo or Angelito that was with me that time when that situation happened on the west side? I just don't remember which one it was. So both of them get the credit for that. And then there was another incident. And I'm just giving you incidents about the twin. So Monique Monk, what's happening? So how a twin was and what his mindset was and how he had patterns. He had patterns that was like unbelievable. But he was the homeboy's homeboy. That's what he was. He was the homeboy's homeboy. What I mean by that is that through thick and thin, like a marriage vows or something, for better or worse or something. That's how he functioned. He didn't turn it down. He didn't. And that was proven at the situation that happened at Handsome Dam. He didn't turn nothing down. He was gonna take it on head on. Regardless of how you felt about it. That's just who he was. So this particular day, the homie Keith Pritchard, I don't remember what Keith did, but they was in the back house, locked in the back house, and every time they would try to come out, twin was busting at him. Pow, 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 pow. So Mondo or nobody could tell twin Kizzy, nobody, myself, nobody could tell him to, when he got so wound up, about what he would keep, whatever Keith did. I don't recall what he did. He was just taking shots at it, taking shots. They wound up standing there like a whole day till finally twin just calmed down enough to go ahead and man, once they got out that house, phew, they was gone. During that time, that's when Too Sweet is around from originally from Fruit Town. Shout out to Jesse. I think Jesse rest in peace. Not for sure. I think he rests in peace. But yeah, he was around during that time, and it was just a lot of things going on. And then when I had another situation where I was going over Brenda's chick named Brenda house, so twin would come with me. We, once again we eat up because the part of town we was going in was like the outskirts of Tanner, and at that time Tanner hadn't really taken over that part of the day. Hey, Bill, getting off subject. Who's watching State of the Union address? I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know if even that's even important anymore, Monique, because those people, whether it's right wing, left wing, they all belong to one bird. So don't misconstrue what these political people are and what they're doing. They're more together than what any of us believe. So let me say this, and off subject a little bit. The political scene, right? What we want to do is control our local politics because our local politics, what's up, Hoodie Hood? Our local politics is what affect us directly because they actually count the votes. The presidential politics is electoral college. That means some person that's been appointed that you don't know and I don't know go in there and vote for us for who they want to be president. So I think that system right there is very rigged. So don't be caught up too much with the presidential or what the president's saying or not saying. You know, sometimes there's some things that might slip out from here to there, time to time. But always read the newspaper. That's where the truth come out about these political people. The Washington Post, the New York Times, Los Angeles Times. There's always things in there that reflect a opposite opinion of what political people are saying. So if you really want to know what's going on in the political scene, read the newspaper. It'll give you a better understanding what's going on politically in this country, because they're going to say anything to keep you going, to keep you asleep. And it's kind of like what religion do. We all know that religion is a business because Jesus is the product. People are the consumers, and the bishops and pastors and deacons and all the people that participate in the church are the benefactors. So that system is no different from the political system. They both one and the same. So don't underestimate what they're doing. Watch them, try to understand them, but don't be too overly concerned who's going to be president, who's not going to be president. So I'll leave it at that. Okay. I mean, I appreciate the thought or just took me off topic for a minute, but that's okay. That's what I do. I can come back on topic. So we at Brenda's house, right? I didn't even remember. Didn't lose where I left off. So I go in. I'm hollering at Brenda. I'm making an exchange, getting some money, or whatever. And there's this other cat. When we come in there, I didn't even pay no attention to the dude, and it happened to be a dude named Chucky McNeil, I think was his name. He was good at knocking diesels and cars or whatever. But anyway, so I leave Twin in the front room. So I really should not have done that, because anytime somebody around Twin move funny or they ain't acting right or they ain't responding right, Twin gonna draw down. Twin is gonna draw down, and it's gonna come hell or high water. It's gonna be a difficult task to get him to de-escalate. De-escalate is not one thing that Twin particularly care for, because de-escalation have caused, when people de-escalate, sometimes people lose lives. You got to de-escalate right, though. You got to make sure that both sides are de-escalating and not just you. You got to make sure that, right, Mel, that's why I love your content. Right on, Monique. I appreciate you. So when I come back out, there's a girl say, "Your homeboy got the dude in there. He finna kill him. Stop him." So I run out. "What's up, Twin?" He said, "Mel." He said, "Mels. I told this dude. I said, "Twin, check this out, homie. We on K Street by Long Beach Boulevard. So we more closer to the Pyru section than we are to our section. Because Brenda had a cold popping spot, and you can easily make I ain't gonna even cap about how much money but it was a lot of money you can make at this spot, because right where she's lived at was a stroll, was the Blade, where all the girls and all the dudes. She stayed like two seconds off the Blade, so the Blade was like plenty of money right there, right? So that's when Randy McQuiller and all them Pyru, they was over at the Stardust across the street. Randy had that sold up. I should see him pull out that yellow Bron right there, and me and Randy McQuiller from Roots Park, we had a great relationship. But anyway, so Twin telling me I said, "Twin, let's check this out, homie. Just listen to me, Twin. Slow down. Hold up, homie." He said, "Mills, I'm telling you, I said, I know what you're saying, homie. I'm with you. I said, but right now, homie, go on and give this one a pass, homie, because we out of bounds. I don't know if we can make it back to the neighborhood if you dump dude out right here and then all these people right here. So he kind of listened to me, and he kind of he de-escalated this a little bit, right? So I kept talking to him. By this time, Brenda crying and other girl crying, and all these women in there crying and all this stuff, We going through all this stuff. So finally, twins is like, all right, males, let's go. So we backed out the door with the goddamn in their head because that's the only way twin would de-escalate. He didn't trust nobody at that point. He didn't trust the bras and none of that. Wasn't going for none of that. Just, you know. So growing up, both, like I say, both of the twins were very competitive. I remember Angelo and Angelito used to be out there pop locking and doing all that stuff, taking and carrying on, and then him and twin would be over there wrestling and fighting each other like like they was in WWE or some WWF, all that kind of stuff. Dupree called. It's not for us. It's not. Yeah, it's not for us, bro. You got that right. You got the United States is becoming more and more of a communist state. It can't say that. It can't do that. It's crazy. You're right. A rabbit chasing a carrot. Yep. There you go. You guys are on it. I'm glad you guys come here because, like I say, you can go anywhere and get a lie, but you come here to hear the truth. And the best of my knowledge and understanding, because I understand, overstand, and understand, I'm gonna try to provide you some good, solid information. Can I make a mistake? Sure, I can. Can I self-correct? I can do that as well. Mr. Millie Mill, God bless you. And, oh man, Tim, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I've been needing those blessings, y'all. Y'all just don't know how good that make me feel. So this particular day, me and my brother Age, we at the house. Twin, Turtle, a couple of homies. They come over, they come on the block. They grab me, my brother. We grab some more homies. The homie Mooney, a couple of other homies. They having problems at Compton High. So, it's Compton High. We don't really need nothing. So we give the homie Mooney, he get the goddamn it. Okay, Mooney, you gonna watch our back end. We gonna take care of this front thing, right? So we go up there and we get into a little heated discussion. My brother and the homie Sleep Hudson, they knocked two cats out real quick. Bing, 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 bing. Real quick, because my brother was a hand guy, Sleep was a hand guy. In the sense of doing all this, all these people are running and commotion is going on. We right in front of Compton High. I think that was Indio, right there in front of Compton High. It's going down. Some dude from another set pull out one of those hunting buck knives, stab my brother, stab Sleep, stabs Twin, right? Twin was going berserk. Twin actually took off. He could have actually bled out, but luckily we was able to catch him and get him down and hold him. And then I think a couple of them went to Dominguez Valley. Dominguez Valley was open. I know my brother went to Dominguez Valley. Sleep Hudson went to Martin Luther King, and I think Twin also went to Dominguez Valley. But anyway, so everybody recovered, no harm, no foul. We didn't take it, we didn't take it personal, but all we do is get even. We don't worry about what happened or why it happened. It's time to get even now. Hey man, Twin bust on ass. Okay. So yeah, that's all we did. We found a way to even up the score, if it was even a way to even up the score. So yeah, that situation happened. Another situation with my brother Age, this cat, that new Twin, come over there. And I don't know what this dude was thinking about, because you knew Twin in another life. Okay, now Twin on accepted this talent thing, right? And he knew that if you can't get it, it can't get got. We went to the places that the people told us not to go. Hard D and Dynamite, all we F we blow up, all that, all the mantras, right? All the mantras. Put the word out like a habit. I got the habit, That was some stuff with Twin. Matter of fact, let me drop a clip on y'all about Twin so y'all can get a real bar of what the Twin was like. I want y'all to see what Twin. And y'all probably don't seen this clip, but I still got to get it.
Wiping off the vehicle. Hannah.
That's Turtle right there, wiping off the six.
Just like a family.
That's Twin.
A veteran of many wars, Angelo and Angelito.
Rad six. Matter of fact, that was bad. That was Rad six. There you go, right there.
And Rabbit, all of us was kicking over there by on Willow Street over there by Fat Daddy house. And let me see. We was fixing on the ride, and about 20 guys outside. Yeah, about 20 of us outside. Rules came from behind the house shooting. And they two twins. And they got me and my brother. You know, twins at the same time. You know what I'm saying? They got me in the back with my brother in the nose. I rolled over on him, caught him over there by the track. I shot at him. And after I was rolling back towards the hood, police swooped on me. And somebody working on the telephone pole seen them where I threw the gun at, and they snagged me with the gun. Took me to jail. Captain Crips. Santana Block. What's your lip?
What do they charge you with?
Huh?
What do they charge you with?
45 assault. That's it.
What's 245?
Assault with a deadly weapon.
And did you get convicted or did you get off?
I dismissed it.
Why was it dismissed?
Not enough evidence. Not evidence when we charged me with no witnesses. They didn't want to come and testify that I shot at them.
Why don't witnesses testify in court?
Why do scared? That's right, because they're scared of the Tanner. What's your lip?
Well, why should they be scared?
Huh?
Why should they be scared?
So we mean as a rattlesnake.
He mean as a rattlesnake. That's a true statement right there. Mean as a rattlesnake. That was a true statement. Turtle didn't lie about that. You know, and whatever he needed, he loved Turtle so much, man. It was nothing. Both of the twins, you know, that they wouldn't do for T, you know. Just nothing, man. It's just that love right there was amazing, you know what I mean? But anyway, we coming back, right? That same driveway you guys just saw in the clip, we were in, and the cat that the twin knew from a prior life, he get out of pocket. And my brother tightened him up right there, beat him up real bad, boom, 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 boom. And the dude was looking like Twin was supposed to help him, and he looked like he was really hurt when Twin didn't help him, but he had to understand that Twin belonged to something bigger and something more forceful and something more serious. So once you commit yourself to that, that's just what it is. You know, you're not gonna turn down, or you're not gonna, you know, unembrace that which you embraced, because whatever that is, that's something a great deal more serious, and the guy find out like really quick, and you know, and then, you know, he later on he tried to apologize or whatever, but you know, by that time my brother moved on, my brother didn't care, you know. So another time, man, we was getting into it. Turtle and twins, and I don't know if G was around, was getting into it with a dude named Jay Clayton out of LA. Jay Clayton was notorious. He had taken a couple of the majestic cars. He drew on that dude named Prince from I think he was from Tragnell. Sean, you know, drew down on him, and I think he drew down to John Parker right there at the was the Fat Burgers. So once again, talent being them guys, being in fashion, you know. Alfonso Morris, Elm Street, right on, right on. I got you, Alfonso. Right on. Shout out to Elm Street. Shout out to all those guys over there. Shout out to anybody that survived these circumstances and situations, whether it's the mob, the looters, the Elms, the Holly, all the way back up to the 135, and everybody, you know, they Rose, Cran, Pie, Ruin. Shout out to all those sections, man. You know what? It's crazy when I go over there and talk to some of those dudes, how the conversations now just flow, and we're just so embracing, you know, because we have more in common than we did not in common. And when you get to that part of life, it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful thing. It just is. You know, once again, it's not a glorification, it's an education. And hopefully we can get our kids not to fall into the rabbit hole and fall into the snares, the traps. What up, Lolo? What's happening to the homie? Jap's still around, bro. Taxi collector. Jap is doing what I'm doing. Jap's somewhere in a truck, bro. Getting his money. somewhere in a truck getting his money. That's what Jap is doing, bro. So anyway, back to Jake Clayton. So Jake, they catch Jake Clayton slipping in Inglewood. I think I don't remember what it was, a tray or four. I don't remember what it was, but they get his car. Boom, knock it, the rabbit hole. That's exactly what this. Yeah, I agree. My homie Lunatic's brother, nephew, Lunatic's nephew. If you the same Green, right? You Lunatic's nephew, right? Rest in peace, Lunatic. So Jay Clayton, man, he furious now at this time, man. He come back looking. He come on. That's when the twins had a Malibu, a rag Malibu. Man, I hit the corner one day. The Malibu is a whole skeleton. It's burnt up. Jay Clayton caught the car, set the car on fire, you know. But Jay Clayton was like a real thorn in the side for a lot of people. Not for Santana, he wasn't, but you know, for a lot of cats in LA, they really was like, I mean, he went up to Marshall's and drew down on everybody at Marshall's on 42nd and Vermont, you know, put a robbery down, you know. Jay Clayton, fearless dude, you know. But once again, happy birthday to the twins. Happy birthday, Angelo. Rest in peace. Happy birthday, Angelito. Just want to give y'all a shout out, man, and just talk about you guys for a minute. Angelo is still around. I mean, Lito's still around. You know, we used to go looking for cars together because they had a deep, real passion for lowrider. They couldn't do nothing. They not going to do nothing without a lowrider. That's just not who they are. That's just who they weren't, you know. And everything surrounded was built around lowriders, skating ring, street races, girls, and money. That's just it, you know. If you look at the bulk of it, that's just what it was. So I just wanted to tell you guys that. So I generally don't like one love apologies, Morris. Alfonso Morris, right on, bro. Jake Clayton, Jake Clayton, that's his name. I've been saying Jay, but it's Jake. It's Jake Clayton. You're right. Jake Clayton. It's the same. You know what I'm talking about, bro. Don't misconstrue it. You know what I'm saying. Jake Clayton. That's the guy. Let's see. Real Inglewood moments. Oh, what's up? What's up with my guy? Hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you. That's my guy right there. What's going on with you, baby? Just hollered at him last night, and I don't know if you want. I'm not gonna say your name on it because you come on here as Inglewood moments. I'm gonna keep it like that for real, unless you tell me otherwise. What up, Michelle? How you doing? So yeah, that's man, there was so much going on in the 80s, man. It was hard to keep up with a lot of the stuff because you gotta understand, it was new to all of us because now we got access to all this money. We got access to firearms and firepower that we never had before. You know, all that changed. And things got real serious at that time, you know. And then you got the girls that didn't have records, we'll send them in the HQ and they would go buy, you know, whatever we need. Okay, right on, Munchie B. Let me put an eye drop in there right quick. That's my guy from Center Park, Munchie B. What's up, baby? Center Park in the house, Inglewood finest. I got the chef to beat the Eagles. Oh, you got the Chiefs to beat the Eagles? Man, come on, man. Are you kidding? Are you really kidding yourself? You believe that? Man, give us some of that stuff you own. Positive vibes out to the postman. Right on, man. Oh, B-Rat. Man, God. Sorry, homie. I apologize for that. I apologize. That B-Rat. B-Rat. My apologies, homie. You know, I get caught up in so much stuff sometimes, and I miss the opportunity, man. I apologize. I appreciate you, B-Rat, for shouting your name out, man. I got it locked in now. Inglewood moments. B-Rat, y'all. B-Rat. That's the guy out there, man. Y'all go follow him on his platform too. He got a platform. Is it Inglewood Moments? B-Rat? That's your platform? Man, y'all go follow him because there's enough. Some of these people, B-Rat, have you noticed some of these people treat this internet like it's the dope game? Remember how if you had that fire and all the dudes on the block, they hating on you because now all the people want to come to you because you got fire. Instead of coming to you and say, man, where you get your stuff at so we can all be on the same page, they just hate on you and want you off the block. That's how they do this internet. It's funny when I see some of that going on. I heard Twins' death was a crazy one. You're able to talk. See, and that's fine. I get what you're saying, but I don't really answer those questions because if nobody's super chatting, or what's the point of me answering questions? No super chat. I'll talk about the stories, but if nobody's super chatting, I ain't answering no questions, bro. Not unless you a personal friend or somebody I get on with. That's it. So the Twins didn't come in the hood. So, they was around, bro. Didn't you hear what I said? They came around in the 70s. But anyway, sometimes people want to make it out to be what they want to be in their own head. Whatever's going on inside your head. Gangster, you got a bet with Gangster. So he got the Eagles. I like the Eagles, bro. I think Jalen Hurts is gonna make it happen, bro. He's like a super quarterback to me. Not only is he accurate in throwing, his running ability is like, superb. You see how the dude, see how he ran away after telling the super chat? What's going on with your Fletcher? What's happening? See how he ran away, man? He ran away when you hit him with the super chat. He got no more questions at the end because he won't every. That's another thing with our people is that anything worth having, you should be willing to give something for it, right? Anything that's free is not worth having, bro. It's just not, And I do these stories not for necessarily for everybody that's here on the internet. I do it because I'm moved by the spirit, and I think that it's important that because history is medicine for a sick mind, and within history is a variety of human experiences we could teach and learn from. So if I could use my experiences or the experiences of the Twins, or experiences of Turtle, Gangster, Bad Habit Rabbit, or Kizzy, or any other of the homies that was, frontliners that was out there doing their thing and out there, and it don't reflect them in have a negative impact on their current life, then I don't mind talking about it. Watch the promises you made. Yeah, there you go. Because here's the thing. He bounced real quick. He did. He did. Here's the thing, right? Karma don't have no expiration date. And you got to go back and dial back into your files of your mind and in your heart and see if you cleared the record or you reset the record and do where you got straight on that. Yeah, the 90s was just cracking on Tucker. Tucker was another level, boy. Tucker was always like that, bro. Even in the 70s, when it was Tucker Block, it was Oaks Park. Tucker would have always been like that, bro. Always. And remember what I said, the streets died when everybody got on the internet. Just think about this for a moment. Where can you go in any neighborhood? Remember during those times in the 80s, there was nothing to see 25, 30, 50, 100 dudes on one block. Hanging, banging, claiming. Where do you see that now? Wait. How many neighborhoods do you see that now? You might see, I'm talking about, back then it was everyday consistent. Now it's like maybe once every month or once every, or somebody died or something happened to one of the homies, you know, the Eagles. Oh yeah, what was it? Was you in the doc, bro? Of course I was in the documentary. That's him talking to me. Who you think is in the car with Turtle? That's me, bro. I thought you knew that. That was me, yeah. With the braids in the mirror at the skate rink. But anyway, so uh yeah, yeah. Well, relocation, gentrification, people just wanting to be more low key. I don't think it's even being more low key, bro. I just think that we have evolved in things, and we're now in the metaverse. Hoodie Hood, think about it. Think about where everybody's at right now. Think about what everybody's doing. You know, people are, even if you go into the restaurants, you go into to functions. Everybody's on their phone, on the internet, everywhere. We now live in the metaverse. We now live in the metaverse, and the moment we start accepting that and realizing what the true facts are, the more we can utilize it and become more expert at it, and make it work for us to where it benefits us, not only us, our families and friends, and anybody around. Tell them, Uncle Mel. Good days. Right on, David. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Rodney. What's going on? Rodney always, super chatter, brother. I appreciate you, Rodney. Definitely appreciate you. Tucker was Pyruless on the west side of Long Beach. Yeah. Yeah, y'all had a tuck over there too, though. Will, y'all had a tuck over there too. That's what Keisha and them stayed on Tucker, right? At the second house on the corner, or was it corner house? Bang Bang Niner Gang, Bang Bang Niner Gang is in the same living room getting ready to watch the same, well, maybe different size televisions, what everybody else gonna be watching when the Chiefs and the Eagles take the field. Sorry, Niners gang. Let's see. What up, goons? And go to ball game. The ball game in the house. What's up, ball game? Showing love from Las Vegas. Right on, Las Vegas. I got some Las Vegas cat. I think he was from the Gershons. He want to talk about the spirituality and gangsterism. We probably do that tomorrow. How it lines up and how it compares. I think that's gonna be interesting. I just do. We'll see. And he's actually from the Gershons. I think his name was Heavy. Hoodie Hood from the Bud. Ball game in the house. I had to go to the library. I'm going to the library to do a report now. My kids can do their book report paperless on the phone. Yes. Yes. To your point. Remember I used to have just a stack of encyclopedias in my room. My mom had bought, the whole series from the age all the way to the Z, right? And that's just what we had to do book reports and get information and learn about certain things in history. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Ingram, you're right. From Decatur, Georgia. Right on Decatur, Georgia. Shout out to the Georgia, man. Big ball game. People are social misfits, but there's so many people that don't really understand how the internet is, right? Let me tell y'all something. What we call time is just what we call it time because we need something to measure it. But what it really is happening is change. Change is occurring moment to moment, second to second, nanosecond to nanosecond, minute to minute, hour to hour, day to day. Time change is happening. Now, whether you want to be a part of that change doesn't matter. Change is going to happen. So what happens, a lot of people get caught in their own theory or their own set of ways of how they want to be how they want to reflect the time. So you see dudes still wearing creases in their pants, or you see dudes wearing jerry curls, or some. You might even see a dude got a perm, whatever. You know that that individual hasn't evolved and he hasn't moved with the things that surround it. Everything else has advanced itself, and they're still stagnant in place and don't know how to evolve into the new way of thinking, the new way of doing things, and how society is functioning and flowing. A lot of people get caught up that way. Okay, we'll make sure to check out the ball game on the Hoodie Hood channel, y'all. Check him out. Hoodie Hood from the hood. We're living in the age of surveillance. That's true. It's damn near impossible to be off the radar. Yes, I agree. But how do you make it benefit you, do? How do you utilize it to where it's not a factor? It doesn't factor into you earning a case or doing something that you shouldn't be doing, because everywhere there's listening devices, there's cameras, there's doorbells. And a lot of these kids is out here doing what they call the flocking and B&Es or whatever they call it, right? They don't understand that it's too much surveillance. It's just too much. You're not going to get away with it. It's not going to happen. They'll wait a week or two and come get you, knock down your whole house and come in and grab you out naked. You be naked as a jaybird going to the clink. Yeah. Even one time wouldn't stop and just look and say, "What y'all doing?" I mean, when we did the documentary, right, with the guy from Great Britain, the BBC called, me, Turtle, Bad Habit Rabbit Twins, Big Bus, Gertrude Montana, Tanner Mike was out there. Let's see, Rat was out there. Scrunchy, you better watch out. Pete, Primo Pete, and Rick Carter. This a gang of us out there, and we out there. We strapped, we heated and everything. The police pulled up, and it just, I don't know what it was that why we wasn't really tripping. You know what I mean? Like, we was just out there, bro. It was just, man, and that guy just get out. Hello. Oh, I'm looking for Toto. You know, guy from BBC British Broadcasting Company, you know. So yeah, it was with different times back there. And y'all be sure to press them thumbs up, man. Get them likes up, man. That's another thing. People are being here watching, and they won't even return the favor of just simply pressing a thumbs up, saying that they like the content. You know, they just watch and leave. You know, and I mean, that's fine. I ain't got no problem with it, because it's still views. But I would prefer if you guys just press the thumbs up. Just my thoughts on it. That's real talk, man. Talk right on. Yeah, man. That's what I say, man. The streets are dead. Once everybody got on the internet, so find a way to make the internet work for you. Don't worry about what the next guy is doing. Make it work for you, because you may know something that don't nobody else know. You know, just like when I talked to the meritorious malemnicious, the Act of 1710, what that represented, and how that is still playing out today. That the Willie Lynch Letter is really not real. It's the Act of 1710 that's real. That's a live, living, breathing document that was created by the government of the United Snakes. The Willie Lynch Letter wasn't signed into law. It wasn't an amendment. It wasn't none of that. It was something that, let me explain the Willie Lynch Letter. The Willie Lynch Letter was meant to work in reverse. So if you know that these people's going to oppress you for thousands of years, and you're going to forever be doing this and that. So if you got that information now, that you know that, now you know that, hey, nah, we ain't finna press us for no 1,000 years. We ain't be under no slavery. You understand? So that's what the Willie Lynch Letter was to make you think in reverse, not believe that was what it was. See, but people took the Willie Lynch letter seriously, and now, and they really, they really like, oh man, we're gonna forever be, that Negro pen come out. We're gonna be forever capsulated by this system. No, the dynamics has changed. The world is evolving, and a lot of woke people now. It's a lot of woke people, a lot of woke people. So don't count us out. We're coming back. Black is back. Facts. Grouchy old woman. That's a nice name. Missed the 70s and the 80s. There weren't any curfews. People would walk out late night. Life was simple and nicer back then. It was, grouchy old lady. I agree with you. When we first moved in our communities, the lawns were manicured. It was not like we see today how some of the Latino brothers that come over from the border, they park cars all in their front yards and they just do, and I think that's kind of the way they live over in those South American countries, Social media is about who gives you the info first, whether it's accurate or not. Bingo! There it is there. But let me say this. Information has always been valuable. How you package it up and sell it, that's on you. But because that's what America has been doing all the time. Is that they've been packaging information and selling it. Everything in America is for sale, including you. Go look at your birth certificate where you have a series of numbers on the birth certificate. That means you're being traded on the open market. Those numbers represent you when you was born. They put the numbers in, they put in the system, and you're actually being traded on open market. You just don't know that. So you have a monetary value to you. Everybody in the United States have been borrowed against. That's a whole nother ball of wax. We don't want to travel down that rabbit hole enough, but there's a book called Cracking the Code, 4th edition. Go read it. You will better understand what I'm telling you about. You never knew a heavy from the, yeah, well, that's what he told me, bro. I can only go by what he's saying. What up, G? What up with you? How you doing tonight, man? When you gonna get that tray ready, G? We waiting to see that. We waiting to see the tray. Everybody is anticipating on seeing that tray because we know you're gonna put something wonderful, amazing, and magical together because that's what you do, UG. I think that, and I gave it up to you because I talked about on right before we got arrested by the feds that year that you went on the show. You took the banana fold and the blue fold, and you banged them both, knocked the bumper off the grill off the yellow. Yeah, you banged them so hard they had to give you this trophy, King of the Shaw. You was King of the Shaw that year, and ever since then, I never saw nobody quite do what you did. I see a lot of people do low riding and stuff, but I don't know if they was willing to go as far as you was willing to go with it. Sometimes people think they ready for certain things, but then they realize that you are taking a lot further than they willing to go. And that's what you did in the low rider sense, because you even put all your homies in cars and rode out there, and wasn't even tripping off of that. So, a lot of people don't know that, G. Only us know that because we were there and we were all part of that circus. I mean, not circus, consequence. What up, Millie Mill? Born in the early 70s, raised in the 80s, back in our era, the grain banging, we respected our parents. Yeah, because guess what? The toughest neighborhood. What is the toughest hood in the world? The toughest hood in the world is Parenthood. There's no hood tougher than that. Parent. Because when you become a parent, and then you remember how we all had, and G know this, we all had our moms and dads on pins and needles, being out at all times of night, creeping around, coming in, looking like you lost your mind. Always wearing black, always wearing khakis and Monte Carlo shirt button all the way up to the top, black rag. And I mean, I'm just giving you our section how we look over there. So if your parents was looking at you like that, they thought like, wow, what's wrong with my child? Why is he looking like that? Why is he acting like that? What up, Cynthia? I see Cynthia in the house too. What's up, Cynthia? Time wait for no man. You're right. But again, once I say that what we call time is really just change. Shout out to what's that? JT, right on JT. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. Time is really just change. Because change is occurring whether we want to be a part of it or not. We just call it time because we need to have something to measure it, or at least give it a name to understand it. But it's really just change. Change is happening moment to moment, second to second, minute to minute, year to year, day to day. It's happening. Whether you want to be a part of it or not, it doesn't even matter. It's going to happen. Time is going to occur. Change is going to occur, rather. Well, I disagree with you. Yeah. Well, you said it's just as real as a Bible. Yeah. You funny with that one, David. Some people really believe in that stuff, bro. I don't knock it, I just let everybody do what they need to do. And at the end of the day, I think that we all meet up some kind of way and we reconcile what our differences is, and we just get to what's going to benefit us, what's going to benefit us in a way that we can grow as a group. Because if we look at us at a culture, we don't have a culture. Black America don't have a culture. Because if we did, we wouldn't be Bloods and Crips, we wouldn't be GDs and BDs, we wouldn't be Hebrew Israelites, Christians, Muslims, we wouldn't be all this stuff. And none of those people I saw where Captain Tariq was arguing with WAC 100. He's part of the Hebrew Israelites out of New York. I thought he was a very astute, intelligent individual, but then I see him arguing with WAC 100 on Clubhouse. That ain't even where he usually be. He be in the conscious community over there, Sinetta, or the House of Consciousness. That's where you find those Sarah Sudan Seti, Polite, and all those brothers over there. You find all those brothers over there, but even those brothers over there, they don't even get along. So how can we take them serious, even though they be giving up some powerful information, some dynamic information, but they don't get along. So how can we take them serious? And that's our problem as a people. We're polarizing against one another. When everybody has the right and the same time of day opportunity to do what they want, and you utilize your time the way you like to utilize it, and the next person utilizes his time the way he likes to utilize it. You shouldn't be affected or impacted by that. Because at the end of the day, you're going to pay your bills, you're going to take care of your life, you're going to take your insurance, pay your burials, or all this stuff. You got to take care of all that. Don't burden nobody with that. But yet we don't seriously take that at heart, or we don't take it serious, because countless of people pass and you see people doing taco sales and car washes and stuff, and then the homies have to bury a homie, I mean, not saying that the homies are not up for it, but that's just way it works in our society. Nobody else's culture, it works like that. Nobody else. Just like a lot of our women talk strong, black, and independent. There's another. If you go to the Asian women, and you go to the Mexican women, the white women, the Middle Eastern women, none of them claim strong and independent. Because they get what they mean. So what is wrong with our culture? Our culture is so bastardized that we really don't know who we are. And the moment we find out, we're actually, like, man, you start seeing things in terms of which the way you need to see them. But if you don't go out there and get the information, because in order to get the truth, you got to first take the lies out, and then put the truth in. But what is the truth? The truth is determined by the one that holds it. So there's so much manipulation in today's society. Like I say again, if you look at the political scene where you got right wing, left wing, red, blue, right? But all those political scenes belong to one bird. Right wing, left wing belong to one bird. They're more together than what you think. They do all that stuff for optics, for television, and for you to think that they're opposing opposites, but they're not. At one time, we were the Republicans. Black people were the Republicans. That's who we were because that was coming under because we believed in the Abraham Lincoln way of thought. And Abraham Lincoln really didn't free us. Let me get that understanding. It was just made sense politically and economically because they wanted to move away from that type of labor. Because if they had kept tied in it, and then you would have really have, they would have to gave you that 40 acres move. But when they pull that move, the Emancipation Proclamation, when they pulled that move, then that exempted you because the 3/5. Go read what the 3/5 really mean. I challenge anybody to go read what that means. Go read what it means. And I'm not gonna say it. I just want you to go read it for yourself because if I tell you, then you probably have challenged me on it, but go read it for yourself. There was a reason why they did that. And the reason why, because of the census and voting. See, if they ain't counting everybody on the vote, then because that's why you had the electoral college. Because they don't want the popular vote to win. They don't. They want to be able to control that circumstance, that situation. So you ain't gonna never get like 12 years. Have you ever noticed there's never been a Democrat in office for 12 years? Just like there's never been a Republican in office for 12 years. There's only been they get 8 every now and then, or they just do 4 and they out of there. Like Donald Trump, he did 4 and he's out of there. Joe Biden's gonna do 4 and he's out of there. Simple as that. So, but what you want to understand is the local politics, because the local politics, you get the vote. The vote actually goes into, it counts. It's no electoral college. Then you get control because you control the resources that's coming to your city. You control the mayor. You control the police departments because you, the people, have spoken. So be more concerned with the local policies. Like in Compton, Compton is in disarray because nobody's in control. The people are not in control because you keep voting in people for 700 to 600 votes. I think the mayor won off of what, 800 or 900. I don't remember. I don't want to misquote it, but very, very low votes. Very low. That Emma Sharif, I think, is her name. She won it. Does she really qualify to be a mayor? I don't know. I never met the woman. I can't say anything bad about her, good or bad. But I'll tell you what, I've never seen nothing she done. That's what I can say. You coming for show, gangster? Come on, man. Come on, homie. Come on. Come on. We waiting to see that, man. That's going to be a great thing. We grew up in the 80s and 90s with our parents. A lot of y'all did, because here's the thing: the mothers that the parenting back then, they parenting their kids to be pimps, prostitutes, and strippers. That's why you see a lot of young women. They think they all Instagram models. All they really. What is that? Is that really a job? Is that really a profession? I mean, don't get me wrong. Some girls make it at that, but can all the women make it at that? Can all the women run to Miami and get a BBL or whatever, and come on and shake something and make a bag, a real serious bag, and she get rich and live happily ever after and all that stuff? I think not. I think very few, because you get to think about it, it's 8 billion people on the planet, right? And I'm just going to use professional sports. If it's 8 billion people on the planet, and maybe let's say it's 500 people in the NFL, you know what the percentage rate of actually making to the NFL based on 8 billion people on the planet, or 7 billion, whatever the count is? That is so 0.00000 point some one. You understand? So again, when you look at these dynamics and you look at somebody else's life and you thinking that you can do it or you can become that person, that's fine, but make sure that you really qualified to be in that sphere. You qualified to have that actual reach that goal. There's goals, there's actuals, there's goals, there's forecasts, goals and actuals. Forecasts, you have goals, and then you have actual numbers. People don't think about that. When you wake up every day, your life begin with numbers and end with numbers. If you understand science, mathematics, physics, biology, chemistry, you understand those 5 subjects right there, you're capable of doing a lot in this world. Very capable. But if you don't understand it, I mean, if you can possibly make it off of 1 or 2 of them and still do well for yourself. But if you understand all 5, there's nothing can hold you. I don't care what the white man is doing or not doing. Because guess what? 365 days in a year, 52 weeks in a year, he cannot tell you no every day. The universe won't allow you to hear no every day because you're living in a society that's progressive, that's evolving, and that's maturing. And there's opportunities, open market. On the open market, you have just as much opportunity as the next guy. But if you don't have the brilliance, if you don't have the information, or you don't have to understand, overstand, and understand and how to navigate that life, then you out of your element. People talking about, I'm going to start a business. But what do you know about that business? Simple to say you're going to start a business, but if you don't know nothing about the business, you're wasting your time because you're going to bankrupt yourself because you didn't take the opportunity to go out and learn what the numbers are in that business. What is the possibility that business having success? And how you put that business together properly. People don't think about that. What up, Ant? Say, what's this? My guy Ant out there. What's happening, bro? Hey, hey, Cynthia Real Inglewood, the queen of Compton. I wanted to be the mayor. I think she should run for mayor myself personally. We don't try everything else, Cynthia. We don't try everything else. We might as well put the real in there, you know. The people that really live in the streets of Compton and really grew up in the streets of Compton and know about and care about the people. You feed the people every Saturday. Everybody see that. They may they may not pretend like they don't see it, but they see it. You're actually doing the work. And that's the difference. Again, the streets is not made for everybody. That's why they created the sidewalk. But know your position, know your place. There ain't no wrong. Man, listen, it ain't nothing wrong with being a square. It ain't nothing wrong with being a taxpayer. It ain't nothing wrong with not being engaging and overindulging in some type of activity that's going to cause you to lose your freedom. There's nothing fly about that. At one time, we misunderstood it and we self-indulged in it, and it caused us, because guess what? The 10 years that I gave to the feds put me at a deficit that I couldn't hardly recover because I lost 10 years of my life to it. So now where I should have been at where I'm at now, I should be double that because of those 10 years. Of course, now I have, with my wife and everything I've done, I have 800 FICO score. I can go get anything I want if I want to do that. But why would I do it? If I go buy some Forgiatos, I'm gonna just use this as an example. If I go buy some Forgiatos and put them on my car, right? And who's watching the rims? Me or the people? So who the rims really for? Is they really for me or somebody else? I just, once you start understanding all that stuff, you start looking at it differently. But that don't negate the fact that other people enjoy how they enjoy life. I can't put whatever my frame of thinking or how I feel about certain things on anybody. I just give you my perspective. I have an introspective about way life works. And it may not align with everybody else. Yeah, well, that's what they gonna do, Hoodie Hood. But listen, man, Hoodie Hood, when you say that stuff, have the facts, the data, and the statistics ready to back it up. Because here's the thing: you don't have to emotionally react. You can intellectually respond. That is it. Because untamed emotion is like the enemy of performance. Untamed emotions is the enemy of performance. So when you got the facts, the data, statistics, when you got all the numbers, a lot of people don't know. You go to blackdemographics.com, blackdemographics.com. 54% of black men are childless and single, 54%. 61% are in the middle class. So we don't have a money problem. We have a mismanagement problem. We don't have a money problem. We mismanage our money. We spend our money on the wrong things. A dollar don't even last a day, an hour in our community. Just don't. So when you have the facts and you have the data and you can back up what you're saying, then they can't challenge you, young brother. They just can't. So get that when you say, explain it to them why we don't have a culture. Jewish people, right? I'm gonna use this. Jewish people, right? They believe in two things, and they believe in this across the board: Holocaust and being Jewish. Now, whether they really Jewish or not, that's what the people outside are saying. Y'all not the real Jews, not the real Jews. But does that deter them? Does that make them weaken them? No, they all keep saying we are the Jewish people. We are the Jewish faith. We read the Injil and the Torah. No, they read the Torah. The Injil is what the regular Jesus people read. They read the Torah. But you cannot get them. You cannot get the Jewish people per se to say that they. Find me Jewish people to say that they all don't agree. They all agree on two things: being Jewish and the Holocaust. Black people, we disagree about everything. We don't have no culture. So what we have spirituality, but we don't use it because we allow religion to supersede that. Religion is a psychophilosophical vehicle of spiritual and intellectual enslavement that has three ends: to undermine, underestimate, and undervalue as a black person. That's what it does. We don't need religion. We have spirituality. No, spirituality tap into all the resources of whether it's Jesus, whether it's God, whether it's Allah, whatever you choose to call it, that's neither here or there. But we all do need to get on code and get on black. Bit of Black Watch. Let's get on Black Watch. He said California Negroes are anti-black. Explain that to me, brother. Explain that, because now you generalizing and well, you saying 100%, right? Because anytime you put out a blanket statement like that, that's 100%. There's nothing in this world that's 100%. Nothing. So you're wrong in that regard already. Religion too, it teaches you discipline, but oddly enough, politics and religion is what has kept people most divided. True. But it ain't the really, let me say this. Religion is to be mastered. It's to be mastered. And when I say mastered, is that you can't let T.D. Jakes, Noel Jones, Jamal Bryant continue to teach you what it is. You have to learn it for yourself. Just like they're capable of interpretation, so are you. What did God say? He created you in his own image. That's so God is in you. God is in everybody. I didn't appreciate when Busta Rhymes said we don't have a culture when his name is Takeem Allah 5% ain't Jamaican culture. That's true. That is true. Two things can be true, brother. I would not disagree with you. I don't know what Busta Rhymes be going to, you know. But know this: some people get money, right? I say the love of money is the root, but you got to get that part. It's the love of money that's the root to all this. Some people say the root of all evil is money. No, it's the love of money that's the root of all evil. Because money is a product, a byproduct. It affords you the things you love to do and also pay people to do the things you don't want to do. After then, money has absolutely no use. It's just paper. Yeah, you're right, Dogman. There you go. Yeah, the whole so-called conscious community is scamming, except for a few exceptions. You're true. That's true. And that's the problem, right? That's problematic, right? It's problematic. You're right, G. It has been taken from us. It has been taken of us. They stripped of us language, culture, diet, uh, everything we had prior to that was taken away and erased, and it was replaced with somebody else's understanding. It was replaced. Right on, David. Black culture went away when civil rights. Oh, well, see, that's another problem, right? The civil rights did more to divide us than it is bring together because now, guess what? During the 50s, the 60s, and well, right after 65, when things started changing, the Bill of Rights. Because then, remember in 68, what James Brown said had more profound effect on us than anything that, and I'm not taking away from Martin Luther King. I think he was very necessary. But I think if he had been alive today, he would have said that he done some things wrong. You know, he done some things wrong. He was very profound. He said two of the most dangerous things in the world is the sheer ignorance and conscience and stupidity. That's Martin Luther King quote. Two of the most dangerous things in the world is sincere ignorance and conscience and stupidity. Sincere ignorance is you just don't know, and the conscience and stupidity is you know and you just don't give a F. That's how some of our people operate. So when James Brown said, say it loud, dun, 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 I'm black and I'm proud, dun, 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 that was a great moment. I remember just as good. I'm on, matter of fact, we was living in Fruittown at the time, and I seen the 3 Black Panther cars. They had the Black Panther flags in the cars riding down the street, and they was 2 dudes was on each side of the car, standing on the running boards of the car, and they had long guns, and they had the bullet holsters coming across their chest, the black tams and the black way. Man, that was so. When I saw that, man, my eyes got big. I'm like, wow, never saw nothing like. I'm a little kid, right? And I'm looking at that, and that had such a profound effect on me at that time. And then learning going to the culture center, going to where the Black Panthers did the free lunch program, where when they taught self-defense and they gave out information. I didn't fully understand the information at the time because I was too young to embrace it or to adapt it into my way of thinking. Later on, it seeped in because I went back to it. And I remember, wow, I remember reading Soul on Ice and Elaine Brown and some of them other artists, you know. Elvis Cleaver and then of course everybody's read the guy, the Soledad brothers, you know, and his brother Jonathan. Then when you read all those books, and then I'll tell you another guy was like, man, you need to put the dictionary next to the book. Read that Frantz Fanon. Anybody ever read Frantz Fanon books? The Ratchet of the Earth. You cannot get through that book without a dictionary because there's too many words in there that you just wouldn't understand. So you got to break it down so you get the full understanding of what you're reading. And then when I read Breaking the Chains of Psychological Slavery, then I read which was Naim Akbar, Community of Self. Then I read the J. Rogers, read all his books, read all Naim Akbar, read all read Leon, Before the Mayflower, and all these other books. Adam Van Sertima, read all his books, you know. And then Claude Anderson and Francis Wilson Cliffs. And then when I got Behold the Pale Horse by this a white man, naval intelligence officer, read his book, man, I was blown away. I got so many books on audio books, right? And sometime at night, I'll just put them on and just listen to them and drift off into a deep sleep while still listening to the book. Try that sometime. You'll wake up, man. You'll wake up just with a map of information in your head just circling, right? You'll wake up like, wow, if you just put it on like at a low state, keep the room real quiet, dark, and put it on. It'll begin to elevate you. You'll begin to change your physiology and how you see things and how you articulate and how you purpose yourself. All that will begin to change. All that. But anyway, let's see. Great lead. Damn, Mel. If we would call live and let it live and treat others the way we wanted to be treated, we about to power up. Well, the problem I have with that is that they should have said that a long time ago when they took us, bro. See, white man is the darnest thing on earth because we run around here stealing radios and tires and rims and stuff, but they stole us. When are they going to mince for that crime? We here stealing rims, cars, clothing, jewelry, but they stole us, the most precious, valuable source on the planet. We're the makers and owners of this. Understand that black women, right, is the original woman. The black man is the original man. Everything else is just a copy. Why would you give up an original for a copy? See, people say, Mel, how you know this stuff? I got to ask them how they don't know it. But anyway, I appreciate everybody coming on. Once again, I am Professor Melly Mel. Remember, I'll be back tomorrow with the guy. He's from, he said he's from Gershons. I can't do nothing but take his word for him. Like, trust people to be who they are. But see them well. Trust a rat to be a rat, a dog to be a dog, snitch to be a snitch. It doesn't have no purpose over your life. But know them well when you see them. That's just it. That's all you got to do. Don't overly concern yourself with other people and what they're doing. Just do your part. Once again, this is not a glorification. This is an education, and we're here to chronicle a history of gang culture and gang members and how they evolved and how now they're ready to do the work. But there's still some is a little apprehensive, but hopefully we can get them to come along and stop being apathetic towards something that they created with their own hand. This life we have, whether you got it, you fashioned it with your own two hands. Whatever life you have, you fashioned it. So before they had handguns, they had fair ones. Man up! Shout out to everybody in the mail room. Shout out to Marlena Williams for being such a gracious host, being the Postmaster General, doing what she do. She bats you down. Get them, Marlena. If they in there talking crazy, kick them out of there. Because we ain't got time for that over here. We just don't. We do not have time for that. Shout out to my homie G for coming in. Cynthia Nunn. I love to see Cynthia in there because she brings a perspective on that nobody's have. Cynthia is a really, really rich culture individual. And the reason why let me say that about Cynthia, right? Cynthia has pictures from the early 70s because she knew the importance to preserve that legacy, to preserve all that time and all those individuals that's no longer here. There's nobody that's done that quite like she has done it. And for that, she's one of the people that I talk to daily, because God has blessed her in a way that he hasn't blessed a whole lot of others. And if you can't see that and you don't know that, then you're lost. Find a way to bring this lady to the forefront and bring her to the top of the congregation and let her speak. Let her speak her truth. Shout out to Cynthia. Shout out to Kiva. Shout out to Thunder Bear, David, sure, Ball Game, everybody that joined us. My boy B-Rad over there. Ronald Green, Chris Holloway, Marlena Williams, of course, Gerald Parker, my guy. What's going on, Gerald? Man, rest in peace to the twin, man. I tell you, twin was a dynamic. Both of the twins are very dynamic, diverse, gangster, turtle, and everybody else that was around them knew how important it was to have them around. Second Amendment term limits. There you go. But then again, I am Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. You know the bad vibe. Raset, I see you, baby. Man, you know, I use, you know how I do this. You know how I do it, right? I get her every time. Bang!
To hear something like that would happen on a Sunday afternoon.
Well, when you dealing with different hoods, what do you expect? Because it's the weekend, and I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm from Santana Block Crips, so it's gonna do what it do.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that, lady? What do you mean by that? Shout out to everybody that joined us today. I'm Professor Melly Bell, the Hood Postman. Till tomorrow, we got something lined up for you guys. Be sure to tune in. I know my guy Demon, he gonna be in there because he gotta see who this Gershon guy is. He gonna be on him.
Perfect grind all the time, baby.
Yeah. Cali Binders, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing. They see me shining. That's hard work. Proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me. That's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking, and I don't talk about it. I just make it happen. Word on the block is that my shit go. Freaks for the low.
Word on the block that my S go. I'm addicted to this paper stacking. That's my guy, Shouty, y'all. It's my son right there, getting it in. Once again, Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman, you know the vibe. Marlena Williams, go ahead and lock the door, because we are gone.